What's going on, y'all? This your boy DeAndrew coming to you from Relatable TV. Man, I had a crazy day today, but I'm here. I told y'all I was gonna come back doing videos, and today, it was a picture circulating on, I think it was Facebook, and it had LeBron, it had Kobe, Jordan, and Steph Curry, and it said one of them had to go. And of course, my opinion was that obviously it was Steph Curry. But there was people that had opinions on, me picking Steph Curry. So I want to explain why I feel like out of those four cast of guys, why Steph Curry has to go. First, y'all make sure y'all go get y'all Nas. I've had one earlier today, having another one now. Y'all make sure y'all get them. It gives you energy. You keep having energy. It keeps good energy in you, or whatever you want to call it. And we gonna get into this video. Oh yeah, that's bubbly. So, the reason why I say Steph Curry will be the one to go is because out of those guys, I feel like Steph Curry is something, the way he shoots, the way he is, like we haven't seen a shooter with the green light like him. The way that he does it, we've never seen it. I get it, like the way he does it. But the point that I was making, we've always had shooters around. I feel like there's always been great three-point shooters since the three-point line has been made. So with that, I feel like that's kind of something that the game has always seen, in my opinion. So when it comes to Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron, I feel like the game, those three guys have carried the league in their times. Since the day that they've came into the league, those guys were relevant. Obviously we're not talking about championships or anything like that. We're just talking about impact. And if Steph Curry's game was to leave the league, like if Steph Curry never had that moment, like if Mark Jackson never put that team together and Steph Curry I just feel like there would have still been good three-point shooters or great three-point shooters. But I just don't feel like you can't really like bring from the 80s through the 90s, you couldn't bring Jordan. Like nobody was playing like Jordan. And from like the late 90s through the early 2000s, the 2000s and stuff like that, you couldn't bring you just can't get another Kobe. And then obviously LeBron, he's like a freak of nature, and I just feel like we can't get another one of those three guys. Like those three guys, if any of those three guys was to leave the league, it's kind of like who would be the face of the league. So even with Steph Curry coming into the league in 2009, which a lot of people forget, while Steph Curry was in the league in 2000, who was the face of the league then? You get what I'm saying? When he wasn't who he is now, who was carrying the league? Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron have always been relevant. Since they came into the league, they've always been relevant. Steph Curry's his fan base didn't start growing until Mark Jackson got to that team, and then Klay Thompson and Draymond and all them came. But before that, it didn't, there was no real, I don't even remember a bunch of Golden State fans unless you stayed in California or unless you was from the Bay Area or something like that. And again, this is just my opinion. Not saying, I'm not taking away from Steph Curry because he's still great. But with those cast of guys, I just feel like his game can definitely be replaced with those cast of guys. But you just can't replace like the other three, man. Like the league wouldn't even be the league has always had a face. And even before Jordan, you had Magic and Larry. Before them, you had Jerry West, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell. And just naming Jerry West, he's the logo. You know what I'm saying? So it was always faces of the league. And I just feel like once Jordan came, he became the face. Once Kobe came, he became the face. You know what I'm saying? Once LeBron came, he became the face. And I just feel like Steph Curry kind of had a late start to the party when he came into the league for whatever reason, whether it was injuries or whatever the case is. But I just feel like when it comes to those cast of guys, I feel like we could definitely do away with Steph Curry's game, and I would keep Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron. I would keep them. So, and one of my homeboys was like, how can you say that Steph Curry has changed the game and different stuff like that? But I just, like I said, I feel like there was already 3-point shooters. There was already the Reggie Millers, the Peja Stojakovic's. There was already there was already 3-point shooters. Jason Kidd. I just feel like there was always 3-point shooters. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying that Curry can be replaced by somebody else, but I feel like there would have been another good 3-point shooter. Maybe again, not at his caliber, but we wouldn't. The only reason why we're saying that is because he's there now. If he wasn't there, we would still be talking about somebody else being the best 3-point shooter, whether they had a high percentage or low percentage. But you can't replace the other three. You can't even take them out of the equation of the NBA history. I don't feel like you can, because if you did, there would be such a blank space, because you can't say even when we talk, okay, let's just talk about the GOAT talk. If Curry was that good, right, as far as I'm talking about with those cast of guys, why is he never in the GOAT conversations? We have to break it down to what he's the GOAT of. So we got to say Curry's the best shooter, Curry's the best point guard of all. So we can say that. But when it comes to Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron, we argue who's the greatest of all time. You get the difference? It's just a big difference to me. Those guys are in a whole league. Them three, they're in a category by themselves. Curry can, he'll be in a category with the shooters or even the point guards. That's cool. But even with Jordan being a shooting guard, Kobe being a shooting guard, LeBron being a small forward, they're all still in a whole separate category of the greatest of all time. The greatest. Not the greatest shooters, scorers, none of that. We talking about the greatest of all time. Those are the conversations that we have. So I just feel like with that, that's why I say out of those four, I feel like Curry would be the one that I would say, we could do away with him. As far as, again, with those four guys, I'm not taking away from Curry. I'm just saying, with those other three, I don't feel like that they shouldn't even put him in that picture, in my opinion. But again, that's just my opinion. Now, if it was just Kobe, Jordan, and LeBron, then that would be a whole different argument, a tough argument to say which one of those guys could go. Because again, since they've been in the league, their names have been buzzing since day one, and they hit the ground running until LeBron's still going. But as far as when Jordan, since he was in the league, he hit the ground running. When Jordan was there, it was all about Jordan. When Kobe was there, we talking about apparel, we talking about jersey sales, we talking about everything. When LeBron came in the league, he just, they've just been the face of the league in their respective times. And I feel like Curry became the face of the shooters, but I don't know. I don't really. You could throw Kevin Durant in there, you know what I'm saying? Then that's a different argument in itself. But even that, we could do away with kind of Kevin Durant because, like I said, there's been T-Mac and there's been other Dirk Nowitzki. There's been other linky scorers that could score at will. Obviously not like Kevin Durant. But again, with these cast of guys, I just feel like there's really nobody you could place with those three. And again, that's just my opinion. And that's what I'm sticking to. Now, what people don't understand is we talk about the face of the league. Like I said, those three guys, I mean, how can you take them out of the equation? You could take LeBron out, you'll take LeBron out of those four guys? How could you do that? How could you do that? When Curry finally started going to the finals and stuff, who was he facing? You know what I'm saying? Who was he facing, right? Before Curry got in the league and before Curry was even in the league or anything, it was Kobe. Remember, it was Kobe and LeBron. Remember that? When Kobe came in the league, that All-Star game, it was Kobe versus Jordan. For that small stint that Jordan was there. It was those guys, it was always a big thing when it comes to those guys. And I feel like Steph Curry, I feel like he needed the team around him for one, because by himself, nobody even remembers that what year he came into the league. But the other guys, you can like, no matter what they did, where they went, they was just gonna be who they was. That's just what it is. People don't like LeBron switch teams and stuff like that. LeBron gonna be LeBron wherever he go. I don't really think Curry can be Curry on a different team. Kobe would have been Kobe. Jordan would have been Jordan. I think even with the Wizards, Jordan averaged like 20-something a game or something like that, and, you know, in his decline of his career. So I just feel like, you know, with that being said, that's my choice. I feel like Curry could be the one that can go. And y'all let me know what y'all think. Again, hit the comments. Y'all know that we hit 100 subscribers, 102 to be exact. I appreciate all the support. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. I'm going to keep the videos coming. Y'all tell me what y'all think about my opinion. Give me y'all opinions. And then we going to go from there. But, like I said, y'all watch my other videos. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, let's keep this thing going, man. I definitely appreciate all the support that I'm getting from everybody. So, again, I'll see y'all on the next video.